Good morning. I had no intention of being gone today. I was gone on Friday as well, but things kind of happened, and so I will be gone again today. So we will play Survivor on Wednesday. Hopefully, all of this that's going on will not take me out for the week. Um, and we will finish the game of Survivor on Wednesday. In the meantime, we're going to have you work on this country's comparison. So we have a fun cartoon. I'll have 2 eggs, no vaccine, no pesticides, no chemicals, no food coloring, no preservatives. I just want 2 eggs. Okay, but this may take a while. So using your computer, what countries are part of the G20? So if you go to Google and you type in the G20 countries, okay, these are the members of the G20. The G20 is a group of the wealthiest people in the country, in the world. They are often seen as, if we use the Wikipedia article that's here, they are often seen as the developed countries, as it's an international form of governments and bank governors of the 20 major economies. It was founded in 1999 just to talk about policy issues. And a lot of times it means that all of those leaders, those world leaders, will meet at one time. And it usually happens around this time frame. If you look at the map that's over to the side, you will see member countries of the G20 that are there, and they do continue to add any of them. So make sure you pay attention because you're going to use the names of those countries of the G20 in your next assignment. So if I go back to our agenda, you'll see that what we're going to do is we're going to compare and contrast underdeveloped and developed countries. So take the chart that the substitute is going to give you here in just a second, and I'm going to show you how you're going to fill it out. Okay? So what you're going to do, if you look at the chart, you're going to go to the CIA World Factbook. This can be found on Moodle, and it's right here. It says Country Comparison Chart. And if you click it, it will take you to the CIA World Factbook, which is the website that you'll need to do this particular assignment. At the top of the page, you'll notice at the top it says information to be compared. Going from left to right, you're going to write down a developed country. Those are one of the countries that is listed in the G20. You will put one of their names there. You may not put the United States, okay? We want you to think about other countries. Let's skip over developing countries and go to underdeveloped countries. 2/3 of the world find themselves in dire circumstances, disease, poverty, war. They're the ones that we see the commercials for on television. Place their name there, okay? If you're not quite sure, do what I do, okay? And that is go to Google and just write underdeveloped countries, okay? And a lot of times different names will come up, okay? Angola, Benin, Chad, Djibouti, Ethiopia, 19 more rows, okay? And these are the list of the nations that they consider to be the least developed, okay? And this is how they come up with that name of least developed, okay? Now for the middle column, just like what we want to do again, we want to say developing countries list, okay? And they will have a list of developing countries, okay? And this is according to their gross national product. You can kind of look at the list that is here, okay? Some of them might surprise you, for example, Afghanistan, even Iraq. So use your research and choose 3 countries, okay? After you have done that, you're going to use the World Factbook, and you'll notice that there are different things that you're supposed to be listing. Look, it's both on the front and the reverse side of your worksheet. We're going to compare this data here in just a second. So let's choose a country. I'm going to choose Canada, okay? And specifically, so I go to the right continent, okay? And you'll notice that it comes up with some pull-down menus. Introduction, geography, people, government, the economy if you flip it over, communications, and so on. So you'll just go right down these papers, write down these charts, and you should be able to fill that in. So it's going to tell you, like, what are the natural resources. So look at these blue headings and look for the natural resources. You're going to have to go down. There they are. Now I realize that there's a lot there and you don't want to necessarily list them all, but you want to give a good idea of whether they have a wide variety or not, okay? If you're done with that, then you would go to people, and where it says population, you would write down the population there. And then look where it says growth rate, which is down a little bit. Population growth rate. It is 70.74%, and it's 146th in the world. If you look at that, that means that they are growing at a, at a slower rate than everybody else. Okay. All right. Back to people. Sorry. Okay. It's going to ask you the urban population. Okay, 81% or almost 82% of the people of Canada live in the urban area. Their life expectancy is 81.9 years. Okay. Their fertility rate is 1.6. And their literacy rate, I keep going down here. I miss it. Huh. Usually the literacy rate is right there. Maybe I'm just not seeing it. And so on. Then you do government and flip it over. Sometimes it's just going to ask you for a rate and a specific number. So please make sure that you watch for the ranking. All right, you're going to do this for all 3 countries, and you need to have this done by the time we have class on Wednesday. Also, current events will be open, and so you need to make sure that you have that. We'll have current events on Friday. And your check will be over the notes that you took on democracy and governing in the 20th century. Okay, so of course I can't give you a check over this other than just a completion grade. All right, we will see you hopefully on Wednesday.